My name is Bill Dendy, past district governor for Rotary of North Texas, and we are just off a most wonderful event called our Interact Leadership Summit. Our Leadership Summit was done virtually this year because of COVID-19. And in preparing for and delivering a most excellent Leadership Summit, we learned many great lessons that I'd like to share with other Rotarians and just other people who have to transition to a virtual world. It would be a mistake to treat a virtual meeting the same way as an in-person meeting. A Zoom meeting must happen faster, and it must take less time in general. The media must be faster, which means for most of us, we have to pre-record, cut out the ahs and the ums, make it exciting, and put a little more background and some multimedia with the presentation. It also needs to be shorter. Certain things that are like magic when in person don't work well at all when done virtually. These things include singing. When you stand up and ask people to sing a kumbaya, if we cannot sing together, it does not work virtually. Recitations don't work as well virtually. If we recite the 4-way test or the Pledge of Allegiance and we have the delays virtually, it's a drag on the virtual experience. When you ask people to stand who are watching things virtually and they have things lined up on their face and then you ask them to stand, what are they looking at? But a virtual environment gives us some special advantages. And those special advantages include eye contact with the speaker. That makes personal stories more powerful in the virtual setting than they can be with a speaker on a stage. Presentations and videos virtually look better because the whole screen is now the video. You can do so much with the video presentation. Much of this has been done for decades in the format of our live television news. The live news anchors take the feedback. They banter a little bit, but they're on to the pre-recorded scripts. They're on to the reporter on site. They transition pretty quickly. And news that used to run an hour is now 30 minutes. We need to do the same thing as we seek to maximize the benefit to our attendees in virtual sessions. I know that many people are just learning the rules of engagement for virtual meetings. And part of those rules of engagement is you want to be able to be live and present with your audience. Breakout sessions do work, but keep them smaller. Have breakout leaders. Go to the breakout session and come back. Allow the breakout sessions the time to communicate, but keep the breakout sessions small enough to where everybody is engaged and participating. Insist that your participants have their cameras turned on so that you can interact, and give them a reason to stay engaged, such as prizes or awards that are provided throughout the meeting to those who are participating. Highlight or feature your participants in the background by using our virtual backgrounds. I'm so proud of our high school students, our interactors, who came together to produce probably the best leadership summit we've seen in our district. And as far as attendance, we had over 250 people online viewing it the day of the event. But we also packaged it so that we could share it in the future at individual Interact clubs. We were able to get speakers that normally could not be with us here in Texas, from Washington, D.C., from Hawaii, to be present for this Leadership Summit. We took an event that used to last from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. down to just 2.5 hours. And that 2.5 hours was an hour and a half of presentation and an hour of breakout sessions. And the hour and a half of presentation was 45 minutes of speaking and 45 minutes of pre-recorded video. I hope that those involved in Rotary leadership will hear that you cannot just repackage old training programs that were done in person and put them in a virtual format. The virtual format has got its own advantages and disadvantages. And there are so many things we can do better doing it virtually.